to my channel, and if you're already subscribed, welcome back. If you saw my solo cruise vlog, then you know I had an amazing time celebrating my 55th birthday at sea. But this time, I brought some family members along. Same ship, MSC Meraviglia, but very different vibes. We sailed in February 2025, and I was all set for another fabulous cruise, ready to make more memories with my family and sip tropical drinks under the sun. And we did. Well, at least I did. The weather was perfect, the vibes were vibing, and the ship still had that luxe feel I remembered from my solo cruise. It was all good until it wasn't. But more on that later. First, let's get into this cabin tour. MSC's current muster drill procedure, it's much simpler than the old-fashioned stand on the deck with the life jacket drill. Once you board the ship, go to your cabin TV to watch the mandatory safety briefing video. The video covers life jacket instructions, muster station locations, and emergency signals. After you've watched the safety video, pick up your cabin phone, dial 881, and listen for the recorded message. That's your confirmation you've completed the muster drill. And for your final step, grab your cruise card, head to your muster station, and scan your cruise card with the crew. That's it. You're done and free to start your vacation. I love that Ocean Cay is just steps from the ship. You literally walk right off and you're there. In those later port times, yes, please. With the exception for Ocean Cay, most arrivals aren't until 1 p.m. So you can actually sleep in, take your time getting ready, and not miss any of the festivities. I love that for me. Ocean Cay is designed to be accessible for guests with mobility aids, including those using wheelchairs. The island is completely ADA compliant. Beach wheelchairs are available upon request and will be waiting at the pier upon disembarkation. MSC also offers easy and accessible shore excursions that cater to guests with mobility limitations, featuring step-free routes and accessible restrooms. Please note, while the ship provides standard wheelchairs for embarkation, disembarkation, and emergencies, guests who require continuous use of a wheelchair or a mobility device during their cruise must either bring their own or arrange a rental through an approved vendor prior to sailing. It's important to reserve early as quantities are limited and not guaranteed without advance booking. After this shot, your girl was starving, so I headed straight for the food trucks, only to find out they'd run out of food. They had hot but no dog, ham but no burger. No, seriously, they were out of hot dogs and buns. Some didn't have chicken. I stood in a long line just to score a couple of burgers and a few fries for my mom and me. The pavilion's food selection was bare bones. Definitely not what I experienced 9 months earlier on my solo cruise. But wait, it gets better. I hand my mom her burger, take mine, and tripped over God knows what, dropping my burger, fries, and breaking my favorite sandals. If that wasn't a sign of things to come, I don't know what was. Because the ship ran out of food too. We found out that night at dinner. What was on the dinner menu didn't match what we were served. Everything felt improvised. And in the following days, the hits kept coming. No milk, no Coke, and the salad bar, baby, not a single lettuce leaf in sight. But pearl onions, oh, they showed up like they owned the place. The buffet was giving ration like it's day 39 on Survivor. And passengers were disappointed that their favorite liquor was MIA. I'm not sure if the food and drink shortages had anything to do with us skipping the Port Canaveral stop due to inclement weather, so we were told. But each cabin got a $100 onboard credit for the inconvenience. The funny thing is, when I cruised solo and we arrived late to 2 ports, I got a $200 onboard credit. Now make it make sense. We arrived to 2 ports late on my solo cruise and we got $200. But now on this cruise with my family, we missed the port, ran out of food and liquor, and all we got was $100 in onboard credit per cabin. Per cabin. Do better, MSC. Please do better. Okay, let's take a stroll through the Galleria Meraviglia, the heartbeat of the ship. This 315-foot central promenade is filled with boutiques, restaurants, and great spots for shopping, eating, relaxing, and even socializing with family and friends. In the evening, it comes alive with music, parties, and entertainment. The real wow factor here is the Galleria's sky-high LED ceiling. It transforms throughout the day, shifting from florals, dazzling patterns, space themes, and even mini movies. Here's a taste of the Galleria's ever-changing sky magic. Just a quick heads up for you guys. MSC Meraviglia is shaking up its 2026 and 2027 plans. Yep, MSC has canceled 5 months of sailing while the ship relocates from Brooklyn, New York to Miami. The change affects cruises scheduled between November 8th, 2026 and April 11th, 2027. So the new plans are for spring 2027, the ship will wrap up its New York season, heading to Europe for the summer. And for winter 2026-2027, it will reposition to Miami for Caribbean season. So check the website for more details and information. Okay, that's it, folks. I had a great time with my family, but that food shortage, yeah, that didn't sit well with me. Would I sell her again? Not sure. but MSC's World America has my attention. This was my second MSC Meraviglia cruise, this time with family, but there's more. If you want the must-know tips before you sail, watch my 13 things to know before cruising MSC Meraviglia. And if you want to see the ship in action, check out my solo cruise vlog on the same ship for a full tour and more. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching.